Hello, fellow people with type 1 diabetes. This Facebook Live today, I'm going to answer what you need to do with your background insulin when you change your activity level on a minor level. Is that confusing or what? My point is, we need a different amount of insulin if for a lot of things besides just exercise. And so that's what I'm going to cover today. Because some people just think, oh, I'm going to exercise. Then they think about their insulin and their, extra glucose or whatever. But there's other activities that are much more subtle that we might end up going high or low. And we're like, what happened? Why did I go high or low? I didn't do anything differently. Well, I'm going to dive into that today. So who am I? Who am I? I am Dr. Jody Stanislaw, and I help patients who are struggling with type 1 diabetes have less high and low blood sugar levels so you can confidently live a healthy and joyful life. I've had type 1 for 40 years, and I've dedicated my career to helping other patients with type 1. And here's my decks. I having a pretty good day today. Let's see, this is my number. Look at that, pretty good, right? So this is what's possible for anybody with type 1. This kind of number is what's possible, and this is what I can help you get. It's very disheartening to me how many patients with type 1 are struggling to get good numbers, and yet we likely haven't been given all the education that we need to be able to know how to survive and thrive with type 1. So that's what I do. I've got courses and I do these videos and I work with patients virtually. My website's right there. You can check it out. But today I've been doing these videos ever since we started with the COVID lockdown, which was, I think, about 2 months now. So I've got at least, 40 of these videos on my Facebook page. But now I'm doing them on my business page. So if you want to see all my other videos, you got to go over to my profile page. Jody A. Stanislaw is where those videos are. But let me answer this question today. It wasn't a very good question I posed at the beginning of the video. I apologize. But what I meant to say is that when your activity level slightly changes, let's say, for example, you decide to watch a 3-hour movie, but normally you're not sitting that long. Or let's say you decide to walk for a couple hours or garden for a few hours, which you generally don't do. You're not breaking a sweat, but you're just moving more, right? Or let's say, not that anybody's doing this lately, you get on a plane or you go on a car ride and you go on a car trip and it lasts hours at a time. Well, all of these kind of subtle activity changes do demand us to have either less or more insulin. So if you're on a pump, it's a lot easier to make temporary basal increases or decreases, which hopefully you know how to do. If not, I have a great course called How to Get Off the Blood Sugar Roller Coaster that teaches you how to do temporary basal increases or decreases. And it's because when you're just a little bit more active, you become more insulin sensitive. Your little bit of insulin in you, be it your mealtime rapid or your long acting or your basal rate, anytime you slightly increase your activity or slightly decrease, your insulin needs change. And we often don't think about this. We only think about it if we're sick and we know we need more insulin when we're sick. Or if we're going to go work out and do this really big hike, then we know we need less insulin. But what about the subtle changes, right? A lot of my patients that I work with virtually, they'll say, oh, I went on this great road trip, but it was so annoying. I was high the whole time. And I was like, well, yeah, of course, because you were sitting the whole time. So we've got to learn about how to do temporary basal increases and decreases, especially with those of you who are on a pump. But for those of us on shots, because I'm old school, I'm on shots. Here's my long-acting pen. It's not as easy, right? So we're going to have to either get ready for a high or a low, really. Unless you're going to, do a 12-hour car ride, then I would increase your long-acting shot in the morning. You don't necessarily want to increase or decrease your long-acting shot if the rare activity you're doing is only going to last 3 hours, right? That wouldn't work. If you're only going to do a 3-hour movie, you don't really want to increase your dose that morning to have more insulin for the 3 hours you're sitting. No, you'll probably just maybe take some extra rapid. So these are the kind of fine-tuning details that I love to teach you guys. These are what I teach my patients that I work with virtually. These is what I teach in my courses. So if you're struggling with your type 1 diabetes, go check out my website. It's right there. I've got lots of free resources for you. There's a free download you can sign up for. I got free videos, and then I have my courses. And then I also have, working with me privately. So I'm here to help you. I'm here to help us all thrive with type 1. And you can comment below like Diane just did. Diane said, why do you prefer MDI? Great question, Diane. I actually worked for a pump company for a few years, and I've worn pumps for many years. But there's just so many gadgets with type 1. I just got overwhelmed with the more gadgetry that pumps require. I didn't like having something attached to me all the time. And frankly, I'm very willing to do lots of multiple mini shots throughout the day. I've got my needle, my pen, and I don't mind doing sometimes 10 shots a day, right? If I need to tweak, I'll even correct a 140. I'll microdose a complex meal. I don't mind doing shots all the time. And my A1C is awesome. It's like 5.9, 5.7, 6.1. And so I get good numbers and I don't have to wear anything. So that's why I prefer MDI. So great question, Diane. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Just think about now, next time you're sitting for a long time, or maybe you're being more active, those subtle changes do affect our blood sugar. One of the things that I'm passionate about helping you understand is all the reasons for highs and lows, because so many people come to me and they're like, I don't know why I was high. I don't know why I was low. But with just a little bit of investigation, I can always figure it out. I have a 7-page handout in my course, How to Get Off the Blood Sugar Roller Coaster, on all the different variables that cause highs and lows. And so you need to know those. If you want to get your A1C below 6.5, which is what is recommended by the American Association of Clinical Endocrinologists, you've got to know all these details. And the sad thing is, most patients have not been taught all these details. So yes, I am a doctor. Yes, I have a CDE, but I also have lived with diabetes for 40 years. And so that combo has allowed me to really learn a lot more than the standard health practitioner that is likely helping most of you. So I love being online with you guys. I love giving you my tips. I love it when people buy my courses and then I get incredible feedback. I get so many testimonials about how my courses have changed people's lives. So if you're struggling with type 1, please go check out my website. It's listed right there, and check out the courses. So I'll be back tomorrow. I come around 3 o'clock Pacific, 6 o'clock Eastern. Don't know how long I'll do this. I might go down to maybe 2 or 3 days a week, but I've been doing a Monday through Friday for 2 months now because I love it. I love helping you guys learn how to thrive with type 1. So please check out my website for more free resources. Dr. Jody ND is my website. You can also just Google Dr. Jody Diabetes and I come up as the first website. So that's my tips for today. You guys have a great day. Have some good blood sugar levels, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.